I found my fiancé's pros and cons list about marrying me. Good income was at the top of pros, not attractive enough topped the cons. 3 weeks before our wedding, I was searching for a charger in Jake's desk drawer when I found a folded piece of paper with my name at the top. I shouldn't have opened it, but when you see your name written in your fiancé's handwriting 3 weeks before your wedding, curiosity wins. It was a pros and cons list about marrying me. The pros column started with good income, financial stability, followed by great cook, gets along with my family, and low maintenance. The cons list began with not attractive enough for long term, followed by wants kids sooner than I do, sometimes boring, and could probably do better if I waited. My hands were shaking so badly I could barely refold the paper. We'd been together for 4 years. He'd proposed on a beach at sunset with my grandmother's restored ring. We'd already put down non-refundable deposits on a venue, photographer, and honeymoon, and apparently I was a practical choice, not a passionate one. I didn't confront him immediately. Instead, I went through our entire apartment, looking at our life with fresh eyes. The photos on our walls were mostly from his adventures. Per teen, I was in less than half of them. The furniture was mostly what he'd owned before we moved in together. Even our vacation destinations had always been his choices. Had I been compromising all along without realizing it? Had I been so grateful that this handsome, charismatic man chose me that I'd been settling for being his convenient option? That night when Jake came home, I was sitting at the kitchen table with the list between us. His face went through a series of emotions: surprise, embarrassment, then most tellingly, annoyance rather than remorse. You went through my things, he asked, immediately defensive. That's your response? Not an explanation of why you are measuring my cooking skills against my apparently inadequate looks, he sighed, running his hand through his hair. Quite a gesture I'd always found endearing before. It's just a list, Emma. Ex-Menon has doubts before a big commitment. I made that months ago. The paper is dated 2 weeks ago. Jake, his expression hardened. Look, you are overreacting. I chose you, didn't I? I proposed. What more do you want? I want to be someone's hell. Yes, not there. She'll do. My voice was surprisingly steady. I want someone who makes me laugh and can't imagine life without her at the top of their pros list. That's movie stuff, Emma. Real relationships are about compatibility and practical considerations. I slid my engagement ring across the table. Then I want a movie, love. The next morning, I called the venue and photographer to cancel. I expected to feel devastated, but instead I felt something unexpected. Relief. Like I'd been carrying a weight I hadn't recognized until it was gone. Jake told our friends I'd had cold feet and unrealistic expectations. Maybe he was right. Maybe wanting someone who finds you beautiful and exciting is asking too much. But I decided I'd rather be alone than be someone's sensible choice. 6 months later, I accepted a job offer in Chicago, parody, something I'd been interested in for years, but had declined because Jake's career was in Boston. The day before I left, my best friend threw me a reclaiming my life party. As I was helping clean up afterward, her brother Mark stopped by to drop off something. Mark and I had always been friendly but never close. He looked at the Calais on your LSR banner and laughed. So you are really leaving? Fresh start? I nodded. New city, new job, new perspective? He hesitated, then said, I always thought Jake was an idiot, you know. Even before the list thing, because if I had been lucky enough to be with someone who lights up every room she enters, I wouldn't have been making lists. I would have been writing poetry. I moved to Chicago the next day, but Mark and I started texting. Just friendly at first, then daily, then something more. 3 months later, he flew out for a weekend visit. He brought a small wrapped gift and plied was a handmade book titled 100 Reasons Emma Mitchell is Jewinary. Reason number 1. Her smile makes me forget whatever I was going to say. Sometimes the most heartbreaking moments lead you exactly where you need to go, and sometimes the best love stories start with the courage to walk away from the wrong one. If you want to hear what happened when Jake found out about Mark and me, share this video.